Hello and welcome to my Monday message. One big idea shared in under 3 minutes. This week we're continuing our short series on productivity. Last week we talked about how to prioritize things using the Eisenhower Matrix, and I promised you that this week we would talk about how you enhance that prioritization process by looking at the things that you are psychologically resistant to. Because there's always some tasks that we don't particularly want to do. There's always certain things that we'd rather not do and that we're going to put off unless we can push ourselves to be disciplined to actually do them. So we've already worked out what's urgent and important, so let's just use our vertical axis on our 2x2 grid as urgency and importance. Anything that's on the bottom row therefore is neither urgent nor important, and everything on the top row is urgent and important. The horizontal axis, we're going to call that resistance. And here we're talking about psychological resistance. It's the level to which you actually want to do it. So anything on the left-hand side is stuff that you're not psychologically resistant to. You do want to do it. Anything that's on the right-hand side, you are psychologically resistant to. There's some reason why you're putting it off. You're being, well, a bit of a procrastinator. Your creative avoidance is happening. And so the bottom row is fairly straightforward. I mean, it's neither urgent nor important, so the stuff that's on the bottom right-hand box, you can just eliminate that. That's doing your mind a treat because it's stuff you don't particularly want to do, and because it's neither urgent nor important, it's stuff you don't particularly have to do, so that's dead easy. The stuff that's in the bottom left-hand box, beware that. It could be a bit of mind candy. It's not urgent nor is it important, but you're not psychologically resistant to it either. So you could actually find yourself filling your time with this stuff. So just, if there is anything in that bottom left-hand box, be aware of it. Equally, and probably more importantly, you've got to be very aware of the stuff that's in the top left-hand box. Now, this is urgent, important stuff. So when you start doing it, you're going to feel very productive. You're going to feel like you're doing the right stuff. And indeed, you are doing some of the right stuff. But you're not necessarily doing it in the right order. Because if you start with all the stuff that is urgent and important, but you actually want to do it, well, that stuff's going to find a way of filling your day. It will fill your time, it will eat your time until such time as you don't actually have capacity to do the stuff that's in the top right-hand box. And it's the stuff in the top right-hand box you really do need to do first, because if you get that out of the way, everything else, all the stuff that's in the top left-hand box, you'll be able to fill that in fairly easily. Now, this was the basic concept in a book called Eat That Frog. So if you can imagine that any task that sits in that top right-hand box, which you're psychologically resistant to, and it's urgent and important, that's a frog. And you need to eat the frog before you do anything else. And if there's more than one frog, eat the biggest, ugliest frog first. That's the basic concept of this kind of idea that sits behind this book, Eat That Frog. So hopefully that's useful. Thank you as always for helping me to build this channel by liking and subscribing, and I'll see you again next week.